recording this class for those that may want to be part of this class and are not possible to be part of it. So I'm recording the session. So now we are talking about branding as a laboratory professional. Can we all see my screen? Branding as a laboratory professional. So let's move forward. Let's move forward and let's move fast. So in this class, in this webinar, this workshop, yes, we'll be focusing on branding as a laboratory professional, and we'll be looking at different things. So let's look at what will be shared in this class. We're looking at introduction to personal branding. Why is personal branding important to you as a laboratory scientist or a technologist? What is your role as a laboratory professional? Many of us do not really know our role, so we tend to move here and there. So what is your role as a laboratory professional? Then how to identify your personal brand. Then how to build your personal brand. Then we'll enter the question and answer session. So let's move into what personal branding is all about. So what is personal branding? What is personal branding basically? So I don't want to give a very complicated definition. Let me break it down in the simplest way possible. I'm a man of making complex terms simple. So personal branding, like many of us may know or have an idea before, is a concept or a process of creating a unique image of yourself or a unique reputation of yourself in a particular industry or in a particular field. It involves developing consistent and authentic online and offline presence as reflects your values, your skills, and your expertise. This is basically the really simple definition to what personal branding is all about. So most of us might think branding are left for businesses and for people that do businesses, and it's not really necessary for laboratory professionals or for those in academics. I can think that most times I think you disagree with that fact, because as a person, you're supposed to have a brand. What do they know you for? What can I say? This is what you do. What can people say? This is this kind of thing this person does, and I know this person for this particular thing. And as laboratory professionals, we know in the science, in SLT, we have different fields, and for some of us, we are knowledgeable about 2 or 3 different fields in SLT. So, but you have to pick a personal brand. Now, why is branding even important to you as a laboratory professional? Why is it important to you as a laboratory professional? Why is it important to you as a laboratory professional? You need to know that branding, personal branding, helps us differentiate. As for laboratory scientists, the personal branding is important because it can help you differentiate from your peers and other laboratory courses in this competitive job market, including even with MLS students. Now, by developing, when you have a personal brand, you are showing that you are credible and can be trusted in a particular industry or in a particular field, that you have these unique skills that are needed for a particular job function. Now, why do you need to have a personal brand as a laboratory scientist? Now, to be a leader, I think what is wrong with many of us, and what I have noticed myself, is the title being attached to the course that is being studied. The title. Now, the title is not necessarily important to our work, and it is about what you do and how you do what you do. This used to be me. I was focused on the results, or I was focused on being in the hospital and because that I work in the hospital. But I was focused on the results and not the effort till I came in contact with the concept of personal branding. Now, many of us just want to work in the hospital just for the purpose of working in the hospital. But have you asked yourself, is this really what I want? After I work in this particular place. What next? What am I doing here? Who am I? How does working in this particular field align with my long-term goal as a laboratory professional? As a person, you need to have a long-term goal. As a laboratory professional, you're supposed to also have a long-term goal as a professional. So in this particular area I'm choosing, what is it to me? How does it align with my long-term goal? I think I have a student of mine that have been asking me some questions lately, and I think he's here. And I like the fact that he's asking me these questions because it will help him define who he is. He is studying biotechnology and he has been asking relevant questions that have been helping him with back to back. And the last question recently was about his choice of MSc. He's a 200 level student and he's already thinking about his MSc. His choice of MSc. What should he choose in MSc? So I told him to go and do a research. He came back and medical biotechnology, industrial biotechnology, and all those things. And my question was, what is industrial biotechnology and how does it align with who you are? So let's focus more on the effort than the title attached to a particular job function. Most times, I've been in the how I call it now, I've been in the labor market for a while to understand that your title does not really matter, especially if you are doing your job very, very well. I have seen directors who don't know how to be directors. I've seen a lot of directors who don't know how to be directors. I've seen a lot of heads. I've worked with a lot of heads who don't know how to be head. They don't have an idea. And eventually, when they leave that position or that title, they are basically business and don't know what to do. So first of all, like I always say, know yourself, know your goals, build credibility around what you are doing, and focus on doing your work brilliantly. Now, as a student right now, if you're a student, focus on being a student generally and try to see how your goals and how you can build credibility around what you do and build a brand for yourself. And build a brand for yourself. Now, another thing I like to say is to be original. Be original, but think about it for a while. There can never be an exact copy of you anywhere in the world. You are the only person that exists in the world. I was listening to, I've forgotten the man's name. He's an astrophysicist. Yeah, he was talking about the possibility of you having a second copy of yourself. But like, it is not possible because you are the only single person in this world. So it's important that you should be original. No one will ever be as good as you. So it's really important as laboratory technologies to have a personal brand. This will separate us from every other of our peers and for any in the competitive job market, and also help us build credibility. So by consistently sharing and building insight and knowledge, you can build a good audience and establish yourself as a good source of information. So are we following? Let me see, just drop some messages if I'm making sense and if you are following so far before I move into the next thing. Yes, okay. Thank you. Thank you. So now, what is your role as a laboratory professional? Now, what's your role as a student of science laboratory technology? What is your role, especially now? I was out one day having some drinks with some of my students one hot Sunday afternoon. You know, this weather is really hot right now. And I think it was last week. And I was discussing this branding as a laboratory professional to them. Like, people need to be in this webinar. Like, Sal will be there. I think some of them might be there. Now we're out drinking, and she was like, she's a financial student. She was like, I can't wait to be a microbiologist. I was like, no, you're not a microbiologist. She's like, but I'm studying microbiology under SLT. Like, hey, you see, you're studying microbiology under SLT. Now let's look at this. In a particular university, let's say University of Lagos, they have a department of microbiology. They also have a department of science laboratory technology. The department of microbiology trains students to become microbiologists, right? Well, we also have the science level technology where you can have an option that do microbiology. Now, and she was like, what I told her was, you're not a microbiologist, you're a microbial technologist. Like, and she explained that, what does that mean? Like, okay, now let me use this as an example. The microbiologist and the microbial laboratory technologist or scientist. Under SLT, we have different options. So I'm using the microbiology as a case study under SLT, and microbiology as microbiology as a department in the university. So the major difference is that microbiologists understand. Oh yes, Abib, I'm recording the session. Don't worry. The session will be uploaded and you will get the recorded session. So thank you. So let's go on. So what's the major difference? What is your job role as a laboratory technologist, and what's the job role of someone that studied microbiology? Now, the basic difference is that a microbiologist will understand the scientific research aspect of the microorganisms, while a microbial laboratory technologist, having understand the scientific aspect, also knows how to apply this knowledge. Now, due to the nature of SLT, we will do the courses in microbiology and also be taught courses under laboratory technology that will not be given to those that do microbiology. So, as a microbial technologist or microbial laboratory technologist, you will be able to apply this knowledge, in your field, in the field of microbiology, be it medical, be it pharmaceutical, be it food, be it industrial. For example, if a microbiologist knows that wants to do a DNA sequence and PCR, you as a laboratory technologist or a laboratory scientist, you will be able to operate this machine, interpret this result, and tell what the microbiologist wants, what these results mean. So this also applies to other courses in SLT like chemical technology, chemical laboratory technology, petrochemical laboratory technology, and other laboratory SLT options that are available in SLT. So this same topic as your job role, I was also educating. I'll call him my mentor. Yeah, Mr. Dan. He's a Dr. Dan. He's doing his PhD now. I was also educating him about the job role as a laboratory professional. I was really bitter at the fact that most of our students do not know their role. That is why they seem to compete with MLS and try to compete with other microbiology students, because in science the job role are stratified. Know your hierarchy. So don't be too entangled with the title. Just focus mainly on your job role. Now, your job role is to apply all this knowledge that microbiologists have, or industrial chemists have, or petrochemical engineers have, apply them physically in the practical aspect, so you'll be able to explain it to them. That is who you are as a microbial laboratory technologist or a laboratory scientist. I can be corrected if I'm wrong, but since I've been in the field, this is what I have been able to understand, that okay, this is my position here, and this is what I do. I work in an organization where there are hierarchy. I think I have a microbiologist that tells me, okay, this is what I want to happen, and I carry that information, process it, and I give him the information. That some things he does not even know, like okay, I don't know this thing, so show me, and I have to show it to him and explain it to him, because this thing is practical. Science is practical, and we have the practical side of science. We apply this knowledge and to processes to produce all these things, because without us, they can't do it. I was even also explaining the role of a laboratory attendant, a laboratory technician, a laboratory technologist, and a laboratory scientist. You see, these four roles in one course, all studying SLT. But we have the laboratory technician, we have the laboratory technologist, and we have the laboratory scientist. There are different hierarchy. The laboratory scientist will understand the mechanism behind it and be able to operate the machine, while the technician knows how to fix, how to put place a particular sample in a particular machine, or where to manipulate these things. Then the laboratory attendants assist the technologists to move one or two things to the other. Then the laboratory assistants, this if you understand what I'm saying, that science have a different particular job role. So know your own role. That is why you need to build a personal brand for yourself to know that, okay, this is my own contribution to the field of science. This is what I've studied. This is what I'm studying. I cannot study everything. This is what I've studied. What parts will I focus on to contribute to the field of science? Which now takes me to how you build your personal brand. So how do you build your personal brand? How do you build your personal brand? First of all, you need to identify what pushes you. What is your drive? What makes you you? What gives you the zeal? What gives you the passion to do what you do? What pushes you? So you start by identifying what motivates you as a laboratory scientist. What exactly made you choose the career in the first place, or even stay in the career? Because for many of us, even for me, I didn't know that there was a course called SLT when I did SLT back then. I never knew, but when I came to the course, I was open-minded to the course. Like, okay, let me learn what is this course all about. What is this video all about? Then I was open-minded to it. I'm like, okay, this is what I've come to learn. I did not come with the idea that, okay, I'm supposed to be in the medical field now. Why am I here? I want to go and compete with them. No, I was open-minded to know that, okay, the SLT is a really interesting field. So identify what motivates you as a laboratory technologist. What exactly made you choose a career in the first place? This could be things like commitment to change. You don't like how things are done. You like to make discoveries, like to find out new things. For me, I like to find out new things. Like, it is really interesting to stay in a particular lab and think of a problem and find solutions to that problem, doing research. A passion for problem solving, yes, in a particular area or field. Dedication to improve for public health. Whatever you have identified as your core value should push you to improve your personal brand. So if you have identified your core value, what exactly pushes you? Why did you even choose to be in the laboratory field in the first place? Why did you choose what to do? And since it's not what you choose to do, now that you're here, what can you do with it? What is interesting about what you're doing? So instead of looking at the problem part of it, of what you cannot get, look at what you can get and what you can drive out from there, and use that to push yourself into building a personal brand for yourself as a laboratory scientist or a laboratory technologist. So now I have said, how do you identify your personal brand? We've talked about what pushes you. Now the next thing is to identify your strength. Yes, I think you should think about your unique skills and expertise as a laboratory scientist. Now, consider what sets you apart from your peers and what you bring to the table that others may not. Now, this is to say that out of over 200 individuals studying the same course as you, what makes you different? What makes you better? What can you say that I am really strong in this particular field, in this particular course I'm studying? Remember that over some schools have 60 students, some are over 200 individuals studying the same course as you. But which one makes you better? I like to put it this way. What is that thing that you can stand a chance to win when you are sent in for a competition? What is that thing that you stand a chance to win if you are sent in for a competition? So that is how I like to put it up. So for me, I am a laboratory science technologist who specializes in scientific writing. I saw this as a problem for many scientists, especially in my field, because I have been opportunity to work in the academic environment, and I've seen even the lecturers to have this challenge of writing, of scientific writing. So I tend to develop my strength around that. My strength is scientific writing, in coming up with topics, research topics, data analysis of different topics, of academic publications, and all of that. That is where my strength lies in. And I've been able to identify that, and I'm able to work with that so far. Now, after I refine that this is your strength, the next thing is to define your niche. Now, you can be, like I said, let me use me as an example. I can be a good scientific writer, but I can't be a good scientific writer for all of sciences. I have to pick a particular niche. So me, I write biological sciences. Now, not just even biological sciences, majorly microbiological sciences. That is what I write on. So that is my own niche. I have defined my niche. I can't do all kinds of writing. I can't do computer science. I can't even do chemistry. I can't do some biochemistry. I can't do some biotechnology writing. But give microbiology to me, I'm going to kill it and finish it. So that is my niche. So now, based on this, your values and this your strength, define your niche as a laboratory scientist. What specific area of laboratory science in your particular area you are passionate about? So if you are doing biotechnology currently, there are different areas in biotechnology. If you are doing microbiology currently, there are different areas in microbiology. If you are doing chemistry, different areas in chemistry currently that you can specifically pick and say, this is what I think, this is what I know, this is where my strength lies, this is where I find value in, this is where I want to build my brand around. So now, what are you passionate about? What kind of work do you want to be known for? Now, this is very important, especially for us who already work in the laboratory, and for those who are going to work. Because we are laboratory researchers, work in laboratory, we get to be involved in so many research, and we get lost in which area we are really interested in. For me, I was a victim of this thing because I was lost in what particular area we're interested in. Now, I worked in an academic environment, like I mentioned before, where I have assisted BSc students, PhD students, PhD students, lecturers in their research. And because I know the academic occupation is important for a person, I usually ask them to put me as a contributing author to any paper. Now, this made my name appear in different fields in microbiology. In food microbiology, you see my name in that paper. In medical microbiology, you see my name in that paper. In environmental microbiology, you see my name in that paper. Because now, what do they know me for? Am I a food microbiologist? Am I a medical microbiologist? Am I an industrial microbiologist? Am I an environmental microbiologist? Now, I was not able to define my niche at that particular point, and it did not really help me in some of my applications till I discovered that I needed to be specific and build a brand around my specialty. That was able to help me identify that, okay, this is what I'm good at, this is where I'm. So right now, I am more interested in ethnomedicine and food microbiology. So I focus on developing food products to help us restore our microflora. That is basically my area of expertise. Now, the next thing is to develop your about section. I think some of us that do business will know what an elevator pitch is. An elevator pitch is at least a short explanation, less than 1 minute, a short and concise explanation of what you do as a person. Very short. Just for example, if you meet, let's say, your mentor, let's say Dangote, in an elevator, how can you tell him about what you do from beginning to end in less than 30 seconds or maximum of 1 minute? So this is what I mean by developing your about section. Develop your own elevator pitch. Now, not for your business, but for yourself. Try and develop craft a clear and concise about you section that summarizes who you are, what you do, and why it matters. Most times when you are applying for some jobs, you tend to write about you or write your personal profile. You need to have a short way to explain yourself. This brief statement, you can use it to introduce yourself in networking situations. You just summarize who you are, what you do, and why it matters, why you do what you do. So in doing this activity, trying to write a brief about section will help you know what you are really interested in. But the only thing is that building your personal brand, you have to be very honest with yourself. You have to be very honest with yourself. What are you really interested in? You have to be very honest with yourself and tell yourself the truth. For me, it took me a while to figure that out because I was trying this and trying this. You have to try this, but you know your strengths, you have to lie in a particular field, in a particular area in that part. So Now, the next thing is, how do you build your personal brand? How do you build your personal brand? As a laboratory scientist, how do you build your personal brand? Now, one of the easiest way and one of the quickest way to build your personal brand is through academic publication. This is my own area of expertise. This is where I like to preach. I like to preach. I like to encourage people to, especially laboratory scientists, to publish in academic journals. As a laboratory scientist or a technologist, you spend countless times conducting research in your kitchen, which is our laboratory, gathering data, analyzing data, and however, your true value of your work is not fully realized. Nobody will know who you are until it is shared to the academic or scientific community through publications. So how does publication help you build your personal brand? You need to publish as a laboratory scientist. Even as a student, you can attempt writing an academic publication in any research you do by writing review papers or any other thing that you can write. So how does publication help you build your personal brand? How does it help you build a personal brand? Publications can help you in career advancement. In most top academic and research positions, publications are a key requirement for consideration. If you're going to be considered in some academic institution or for scholarship or for research positions, you need to have publications as a scientist or a laboratory technologist. Let me put it very specific. You need to have publication. By publishing your research, you're telling us that you are an expert in a particular field. And because your paper has gone through the scientific community, has gone through different experts of reviewers, they will be able to trust your work. Be able to say that, okay, in this field, I have developed this level of expertise. I am committed to my field, which can help you stand out from other candidates. Publications definitely help you stand out from other candidates. I had a lecturer then. He was telling my lecturer in school told me one of the reasons he got a job then, was it about 15 to 20 years ago? It's not 20 years now, like 25, 20 years ago, was because he had just one publication and others did not have. So that made him stand out from his peers. And that's true currently because I also have a friend who just got a scholarship in Italy, and he wasn't the brightest, but he was into academic publication. And what gave him score over the others, he got fully funded scholarship, and for others they have to pay half of the money. It's for his fully funded scholarship because he has publication that showed that he's an expert in this particular field. He didn't really have a lot of experience. He just did in NYSC, then started teaching in a school, but he was involved in research publications. He has over 15 publications that made him look at, yes, he's an expert in this particular field. So it can help you advance your career. It can lead to new opportunities, new collaboration. So this will help you build a good brand because you are publishing in a particular field or in a specific area that you have chosen to focus on. Now, another thing that publications can help you do is to help you build personal growth. Help you build a personal growth. Academic publications can help you build personal growth. Publishing your work can be valuable for personal growth experience. The process of writing, revising, and publishing your research can help you develop important skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and communication skills. Because whether I like it or not, some of us are writing a project right now, or some of us are written projects, some of us write projects, some of us are doing assignments. You realize that when you're doing research, you have to critically think about something. You have to sit down and ask critical questions. Like, okay, why is this like this? Why is it like this? Why is this like this? So that is what academic publications can do to you. They can help you with personal growth. You can develop different skills. Also, the sense of accomplishing a particular work or seeing that your work is being accepted gives you this sense of pride that you want to keep doing what you're doing, and it's rewarding because you know, okay, what people are listening to what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, yes, people are listening. and know what I'm doing. Then also, you can also, the another thing that academic publication can help you do is to contribute to knowledge. By making findings available to other researchers, you are contributing to a knowledge in a particular, a specific area of study. Like I said, I am a food microbiologist who is interested in developing foods to help restore our gut microflora. That is the microflora of our abdominal canal. Is it alimentary, sorry, alimentary canal, sorry, of our alimentary canal. So I'm basically concerned in that field, and eventually I would go into cancer research, which will lead to translational medicine. So you see, I have a long-term goal for what I want to do as a laboratory scientist. I don't want to delve and say I want to compete with any other person. So in this way, I am developing my personal brand in this particular area, and I'm contributing to knowledge in this particular area. So where I speak, people will definitely listen because, okay, this person knows what he's talking about. People will be interested to know what I know and what I'm talking about. Now, another way to build your personal brand is to build a strong online presence. Now, one of the questions I used to ask my students, if I Google you now, what will I see? If I just type your name on Google, will I find you? What will I see? What is attached to you? Is there anything that you do online? Because right now, whatever job you're applying for, whatever scholarship opportunity you're applying for, they first of all go and look for you online. They want to see what you have done. The internet age have somehow placed everybody on an advantage. Like most employers, most academic institutions abroad run a background check on you. They always run a background check on you. Definitely, because they need to know who is coming to their school. They need to know who is this person, what has he done, what does he post online, what is his work. So build a strong online presence that aligns with your niche that you have chosen, aligns with your values, aligns with your skills and strength, is very crucial for advancing as a laboratory professional. For some of us that do business, I'm sure that we post our business online so that when people Google us, you say, okay, this particular person's business is online and this is what this person does. So people can really believe that, okay, this is what you do. So also, as a laboratory technology who is building a personal brand, you need to have a strong online presence. It's very, very critical. You do this by you can create a professional account on Facebook. You can optimize LinkedIn. You can join academic platforms like ResearchGate, Academia, Researcher. There are many academic social platforms, I will call it academic social media, where you can publish your work and publish your findings. And even if it's a particular assignment that you think is interesting that others should know, join ResearchGate, join Academia, publish those work. There's nothing too small as far as something that is really important. I attended a conference recently where I presented a paper on nosocomial infection. Just for me to hear that the panelist, the head of the panel said he has never heard anything about nosocomial infection. And to me, I was like, nosocomial infection, what everybody should know now. So that way, I've taught somebody something like, okay, this is really good. Someone you know that kind of thing. So if you do a particular research that you think people did not know, you can also publish this on this platform, post it online so that people can see that, okay, this particular person is in the science world and also contributing to knowledge. Another way to build a personal brand is to network and build relationship. Networking and build relationship. Join our professional organization. This is the Association of Science, Laboratory Technology of Nigeria, especially if you're a graduate. Once you graduate, it's important for you to join the Association of SLT in Nigeria. You have to get licensed by NISLT. You have to attend conference, attend seminars, attend webinars, attend workshops. As a student, please attend workshop, attend seminars. That way you can network, you can really learn about what your profession is basically about. I didn't really get that opportunity as a student, but yes, after graduating, I was able to network with people and say, okay, this course is basically, it's actually an interesting course. And I'm currently I have students who are my lecturers. I'm teaching them about their personal brand around what they should do and how they should build their brand about a particular thing. This my lecturer, Mr. Let me not call his name. This is my lecturer that wanted to do his PhD, and he did not really know what he should do. I was like, okay, what are you interested in? I checked all his publications, and he has published in different fields, but he has majorly published in forensic science and medical microbiology. So as I was opinion, like, okay, sir, please go and do medical microbiology, because eventually when you get your PhD, you might be doing postdoc or be called for consultancy work, or might be doing for consultancy, and they need to know that you are consistent in a particular field, not just spread your wing in different fields. I think that's basically what's wrong with us in Nigeria. We like to do different things at different time and all, but we need to be really, really specific. Now, and that thing is to also maintain after building this personal brand, you have to maintain it. Everything that last maintenance will die. So you have to maintain your personal brand, keep staying relevant, keep publishing, keep adapting to changes in your industry, and be able to know that okay, this particular area I've chosen, I have to chase it, I have to follow it and build this brand around what I do. So I think I've come to the end of my branding section. I don't want to take us too far and too long, so I have to summarize many of these things. So we are in the question and answer session. So if there's any question for me, now will be the time to drop it. So let's just spend the next 15 minutes answering questions and whatnot. So please, if there's any question, now will be the time to drop it for me. Why take these questions?
Hello.
Hello, okay. Can you
Good evening, Mr. Emmanuel. Good evening, sir.
hear me?
Yeah, thanks for the teaching. Thanks for the webinar.
Thank you very
So,
much.
here is my question. When does academic publication start? At what level do you start an academic publication?
Okay, so for to publish academically, you can start at okay. For me, I started at my third year. I think I started my academic publication at third year because I was doing simple research with some lecturers where I had to add my name into their research because and then I could not afford to pay for publication. But right now, there are free publications that you can also put your work into. So you can start publications at 300 level. That way you can do simple academic research. Simple research. You can write review papers. You can write short letters, short reviews about a particular study, a particular problem you think you don't know. Like the seminar topic I defended in school, which was on Kaposi cycle, and I figured that not a lot of people know about Kaposi cycle. Even some of my lecturers didn't know about Kaposi cycle. So I had to publish that work in a open access journal where it is free to publish. So I published it. I also put it online on academia and they accepted it to be read by people. People are reading the work. So yes, you can start if you, as also as an assignment, you can put it up there. It's okay. This information I have, not a lot of people have it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Somebody said can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, so yes, so ask your question if you have a question to ask.
Good evening. Thank you very much for the webinar. My question is, where do science laboratories, like, where can they apply to? Where can they apply to for jobs?
Okay, so now let's come out plain and truthful to ourselves. I can basically say in Nigeria currently, job market is really, really competitive. That is why building your brand is also is actually very important because jobs are scarce. Now, as a laboratory technologist, depending on what option you have a lot of options. So let me ask, what option are you studying?
I did biochemistry option.
Okay, now as a biochemist, you are you are qualified. You're qualified to work as a quality control officer in pharmaceutical industry, in NDLE, in NAFDA. You are qualified to work as a quality control officer or a laboratory technologist in the brewery industry. You can also qualify to work in food industry where they produce yeah, where you can convert foods because this is the work the work of the industry. You also work with the environment depending on the specialty that you choose to work. Like there was a advert recently that talked about you need to know laboratory audits, even if you have microbiology, right? If you study microbial laboratory technology, you need to know what ISO accreditation is. So depending on your specialty, you need to develop, you need to go more specific. Maybe that way. You need to go more specific. You can more specific skills as a biochemist. As a biochemist, what area are you interested in? Your options are really wide, really, really wide. But what area are you really interested in that you can say this is where I want to work with? Instead of I want to work with. So that is why most times when we apply for some particular jobs, even if you are qualified for jobs, there are some things that some other people have, you don't have, which comes to specific things. So these are the areas of involvement. But the job market is competitive. So that's why we have to build a personal brand and say, "Oh, this is a particular area I am interested in."
Thank you very much. Most of the adverts for job I keep seeing, I see things like production manager, quality control supervisors, laboratory supervisors, and as a fresh graduate, I'll be like supervisor. I've not even done the let me say the training or the intern type of thing, and
Yeah.
the jobs that are outside there, supervisors, production manager, blah 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 blah. So how do we tend to, I don't know, to, is it build the CV, or
Yes,
should
yes,
we
yes.
just take the job like that? Do you understand
First,
what I'm trying to say?
so first of all, if you qualify for the job, apply. There's no whether it's supervisor or supervisor. If you're applying for that job, please apply for it. Then also, if you really want to do well in the laboratory work, you need to be more specific. And like I told some I think it was one that you need to go and to go online, look for online courses that you can study. There are free online courses on Coursera that can teach you about maths, they can teach you handling data, they can teach you quality control, they can teach you all those things that you need, all these job adverts you're seeing. You will see online courses that are teach for free. Yes, teach for free. Those are will be stipend for the certificate if you want for some certificates free of charge. So go online, study this course free of charge. Like, stipend free of charge. You can use Coursera, you can look at Alice. I know about Alice, I know about so look at them. Yes, these three areas. See language courses that you can study. And the fact is that these courses are very specific. Like what I was doing like really there is something like this in language provider about it. Very, very specific. The course was using data for healthy outcomes. Really use data for healthy outcomes. And it's because under language research. So just try to do online courses.
Thank you
So
very
help
much,
you.
sir.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Any other question? Okay. So we're running up now. If there is no other question, It has been a wonderful time, and I am really, really grateful to you guys for staying and listening to me while I talk. So we'll see another time. So I've recorded this session and I'm uploading it on YouTube. So for those who did not attend, you can listen to the session and you can tell your friends about it as well. The session was informative. Why not listen to it? You can help somebody contribute to its life. So please do share, comment, and I'll see you in another webinar. So take care and bye.